Man, I don't know about the Trump tweet about Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner did have his hand in actually propagating the American people with the help of the head of the... He pushed this narrative, basically saying that Trump was involved with the collusion. Look.
Either person can sit at either place. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And the thing that to me is so frustrating is that this cataclysmic thing happened to our country, and people don't seem to understand it, understand the gravity of it.
I mean, that professionally done video was full propaganda, okay? You could totally say that. You could rightfully say that that was treasonous behavior and actually attempting to subvert the will of the American people. Wholeheartedly, you could say that, and you'd be accurate. So there's a little reason that the American people should also be like, yeah, Rob Reiner was a menace to our society. But at the same time,
it's that when something horrific happens, we come together. We don't delineate because somebody didn't like it. That's not what you do.
Or make it about him.
You can sense something heavy and unavoidable building. And today, we're stepping straight into it, because Whoopi Goldberg once again finds herself right at the center of the conversation, whether people are ready for it or not.
Well, I just felt my heart drop. And I just thought, what Tracy's going to go through, what
did you have any idea?
President Trump should have said nothing. I think when the president says these sorts of things, it detracts from his policy achievements and his agenda.
For the president of the United States to take this family tragedy in which both Reiner and his wife were killed and say that it's because of Trump derangement syndrome, I thought was well beneath him and beneath the office, and I think it would have been better if the president had made no comment.
When people ought to have.
Online, I noticed that there's a lot of, when Charlie Kirk, et cetera, there was a lot of people saying nasty stuff, but that wasn't the president of the United States, and it was not Rob Reiner himself. Watch the tape of Rob Reiner.
Yeah, absolute horror. And I unfortunately saw the video of it, and it's beyond belief what happened to him, and that should never happen to anybody. I don't care what your political beliefs are. That's not acceptable. That's not a solution to solving problems.
That's called grace.
Right.
That is grace.
Right.
And the guy in the White House, he has none of the ability to lead, to set.
I'm going to make a correction here. As it turns out, yesterday, apparently, who put his condolences out to the people who are looking down at us from heaven and the folks at Brown. But this is how he followed it up.
About Rob Reiner.
So, my bad.
She has long carried a reputation for being fearless and outspoken on The View, and this moment was no exception. Once again, Whoopi Goldberg found herself at the center of a political and cultural firestorm, one that had everyone talking and arguing at the same time. What began as a national tragedy connected to Rob Reiner quickly evolved into a much broader debate after President Trump entered the conversation with remarks many viewers felt crossed a line. Instead of offering comfort, his comments appeared to deepen an already painful divide. According to Whoopi Goldberg, that reaction is exactly the problem. Moments of loss and grief, she argued, should never be turned into ammunition for political point scoring. She made it clear that compassion must come before ideology, questioning how a society is supposed to heal if every tragedy is instantly filtered through partisan lenses. Her message was simple but heavy: empathy first, politics second. The reaction to Trump's comments only underscored how volatile the current climate has become. Rather than calming tensions, his words escalated them, transforming a personal loss into a national argument and igniting social media and cable news almost instantly. Inside The View, the tension was impossible to miss. The frustration from Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts practically spilled through the screen as they questioned the responsibility public figures carry when families are grieving and emotions are raw. This wasn't just venting, it was a broader call for accountability and restraint, especially from leaders whose words echo far beyond their base. Sunny Hostin echoed that sentiment, stressing that this should have been a moment for unity, not division, and warning that careless commentary can rob people of the chance to mourn together. Even those who don't usually agree with Whoopi Goldberg found themselves nodding along, because the issue cuts deeper than party lines. At its core, the conversation wasn't about left versus right. It was about whether empathy still has a place in public life. Whoopi Goldberg's plea wasn't dramatic or performative, it was human. A reminder that words carry weight, and that sometimes silence can be more powerful than commentary. In moments like these, the question becomes unavoidable. Are we capable of setting politics aside long enough to simply show compassion? Because how we respond to tragedy ultimately defines the kind of society we are becoming.